Speaking of being tuned in, we got El Toro in the building. Shouts out to El Toro.
El Toro.
My guy, Cookster. He's all like, come on now, man. My boy, we got OCXMOTA in the house. What's up, my G?
How's it going, you guys? How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Go.
Shout out to Sunday School Show. Thank you guys for having me. Shout out to Rollo for plugging me in too. Thank you guys.
Who?
And the homie Rollo. Thank you for plugging me in right here. You know what I mean?
Who's Rollo?
How you not know Rollo? That's the homie right there.
You know Rollo? Rollo, shouts out to Rollo.
You know,
man.
fucking still, I was fucking with my head, dog.
I'm not
fucking
messing
time,
with your
dog.
head, man. I'm being showing that love, man. Shouts out to Rollo. Shouts out to our raw
OCXMOTA's
opinions.
in building, bro.
OCXMOTA, my G. El Toro.
El Toro,
That's-
Orange County.
I love that, man. I love that, man. Real quick, man. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. Thank
yeah,
you.
man. I've heard good things, man. I heard you on Our Raw Opinions, the podcast.
That was a dope podcast. Shout out to our opinions for sure for having me too. That was a really good podcast. Got a lot of positive feedback. The episode 36. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out on YouTube. We're all podcaster stream there. It's a dope podcast for sure. Thank you guys. Shout out to them for having me.
Gotta follow Our Raw Opinions. Subscribe to it, man.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very good show. It's dope. Very informative. I love Rollo, and shouts out to Queen Chola and King Cholo, Serge.
Hey, shout out
and
to Norma.
Raiders got that win. Let's go Raiders.
Her and Hervato's happy, huh?
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good win, man. So
Hell yeah.
OCXMOTA, man. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. We love it. We love bringing homegrown talent, and you got a lot
OC's
of
in
it.
the building, man. Damn.
Let's go.
Well, I go by the name of OCXMOTA. I'm from a place they call El Toro, California. I've grown up there all my life. Had a lot of history there. Family has a lot of history there. Brought two people with me that are from there as well. Good people of mine. Shout out to the homie Bettina and his girl Rose are here with me right now in the studio, right here at Sunday School Show, Hits 101 Radio. I'm just a average individual, just trying to tell my story, through my music. Can't really not much to me. If you want to get to know more, you just tune into the jams and figure it out.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you hooked us up with a couple of the jams, man. And how long have you been making music?
Man, I want to say that I've been, consistently making it since probably like 17, but I could say as early as like 13, 14.
Yeah.
I was making music, just messing around here and there and, rapping over beats, just like, well-known beats, and then started taking it seriously up in probably 2018. I had a friend that told me, because I had like put it away completely. I had a homie by the name of Damien. He told me, he's like, hey, he's like, you need to take that stuff out the closet. You need to take that mic out, and you need to do this because you have talent. You have something that people want, and you got it. So, sure enough, a couple years later, I dropped my first video, pretty much like my comeback, because everyone had known in my area, like the Toro area, like I'd pass that CDs at high school, like at Silverado High School. I went to continuation school there, and like I said, I put it on the back burner. Came back in 2018 with Nothing But It, and after that, just pretty much just started dropping music since then. And it's been going good since.
Recording at home or recording in different studios?
I actually tried to go to a studio one time, and I didn't like the experience. It wasn't anything like bad or nothing, but I just felt more comfortable at home.
Yeah.
And if not at home, wherever we can make it happen.
Are you able to meet substantially the quality compared to being in the studio?
Most definitely, yeah. I feel like this day and age, we're very fortunate that we have the internet. So I could track vocals.
Hey, good thing I wasn't a rapper in the 80s or 90s, bro, because I'd be renting like $500 an hour at the studio. You know what I mean?
It gets expensive. Now it's pretty cost efficient. I would say it's
for
like
real,
150 is like the standard rate, and that's a very nice studio too.
Good thing I'm not a rapper. Hey, rapper's a hard job, man.
Yeah, for sure. They got a lot of expenses for sure. I still wouldn't consider myself a rapper. It's just a person that's creative and just trying to tell my people's story, tell my story, and trying to just really shed light on some of the things that people are probably not familiar with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. I used to party over there in El Toro areas. There's some popping spots over there, man.
It's crazy that you say that because a lot of people like me, young and old, like especially a lot of the OGs. Shout out to all the OGs, from everywhere, from Santana.
I forget the
from
club, but
like Santana, Los Angeles, like all the OGs that would party in El Toro. Like I heard, like
El Toro was always on the map, bro.
Yeah, huh?
When I talk about it, I heard about things in El Toro,
Yeah, and they would tell me like, yeah, we'd go to these house parties or we go to like this spot, big shots, or we go to Cabos and stuff like that.
I'm not gonna incriminate myself. Yeah, dog.
You already did. You already confessed. Yeah, confess your
I'm
sins,
not.
fucker.
No, man. Shouts out to Little, still authentic out there somewhere.
Yeah, you changed
I'm
that.
just messing with you, man. Shout to OCXMOTA, man. And tell us about your name, my G. How did it come out from OCX? And I understand, I have the privilege to hearing your music, knowing about you from All Raw Opinions, but tell our listeners about you.
Yeah, so pretty much like I was making music under like, another name, and I just I wanted something more authentic, more something that was more like realistic, as like, okay, like this sounds the way it looks, or this name sounds the way the music sounds, and just for it to align. And I really didn't have nothing. So back in the day when like Instagram was barely starting off, I had my my Instagram name was OCXMOTA, and there was this dude I was working with in LA. His name was Omar Machuca. Shout out to Omar, wherever you're at, brother. Much love to you, and I hope you're well. There was this dude named Omar Machuca, and I told him, I was like, hey man, what do you think I should like? What kind of name should I use? And he was like, honestly, he's like, your Instagram handle is perfect. He's like, OCXMOTA. I could see it on stickers. I could see it like on a CD, on a shirt. Just run with it. And sure enough, I just did. I was like, you know what?
Very marketable.
Yeah. I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's different. It doesn't seem like it's very common. A lot of people pronounce it OCMOTA or OCXMOTA. I tell people there's really no right or wrong way. It's just how you feel that day.
Yeah.
You can say OCMOTA or OCXMOTA.
Yeah, usually when they put the X is silent.
Yeah. But I like it. Gives it a nice ring.
Yeah.
OCXMOTA.
It adds another syllable though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
OCX
true.
Mota.
As it should be, the correct pronunciation, OCXMOTA.
OCXMOTA.
Yeah.
That's right. Cookster.
Yeah.
Stop playing, man. I'm gonna airdrop you something. Can we give Cookster an exclusive?
Yeah. So this is the first track off of my EP. My Name Is by OCXMOTA, produced by Hunger Force Beats. Shout out my dog Hunger Force. It's called Now You Know, and this is first track off the EP.
And if you didn't know, now you know. We got OCXMOTA in the house. What's up, my G? How you feeling about the tracks?
Man, they're dope. Shout out to Still Authentic, Sunday School Show. We're right here, posted up right here, Hits 101 Radio. And I feel good. I can't complain. I'm very happy with the project that, is coming out in 10 days. My Name Is by OCXMOTA.
1113.
Produced by Hunger Force Beats, exclusively produced by Hunger Force Beats. Shout out my dog. I just got your text message right now. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Hunger Force. Thank you so much.
He's tapped in.
Hell yeah. Shout out my dog from the IE, Hunger Force Beats. If you don't know, you got to check him out.
The IE, man.
Yeah, shout out to the IE,
We
man.
call it Area 51 over here. Yeah, my bro's out there, man. And to get to his crib, we gotta fucking drive.
Yeah, shout out to the IE. They got a lot of cool cats out there for sure.
Oh yeah, man. Shouts out to Dino, Riverside. I got people in freaking Hemet. I got people Lake Elsinore. There's another one, the city I'm forgetting right now.
Chino Hills?
Mo Valley. Stop talking smack about Chino Hills, dog. Don't. Why you? Cooks is mad.
That's IE, no?
It is IE. It's the first city right next to Diamond Bar. So
Yeah.
I'm sorry about OCXMOTA.
Nah, you're good.
This guy,
You're
he's
good.
mad at me, man.
it's
I'm
all
not
good.
tripping.
He wants me to stay living in Santana. Yes, you do.
I'm not
Come on,
questioning where you
Cook.
live
Yeah,
at,
shout out to
homie.
Santana too. Santana got a lot of love, a lot of cool
Shit.
cats out here. Shout out to the Brown Mine. Shout out to Santanero's
Shouts
Car
out to
Club.
Brown Mines.
Shout out to Gunther. Shout out to all the homies. You know what I mean? Right here.
Gunther's.
Shout out to homies.
Gunther.
Shout out to
Shouts
homie
out to
Funk Freaks
Gunther's.
too. Shout out to homies from Funk Freaks, DJ Loser, DJ Lure. Shout out all the homies from Santana. Much
Yeah,
love.
I was there on the inauguration of Gunther's.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
back in 2014.
Shouts out to Loser.
Yeah,
and
Loser's
a
dope.
brawl came. It was a whole stir brawl, dude. People were fighting for nothing, dude. But anyway,
that
shouts
was
out
some
to
other shit.
DJ Abstract. He was mixing and he was getting in the mix.
Yeah, shouts out to Abstract, man. OG Sunday School Show DJ. Shouts out to Loser. Our boy, we grew up around the same neighborhood. Shouts out to Loser. My brother, he's Cookster, he's your age, right?
Oh,
Loser.
no, he's younger than me.
He's younger than you?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm in.
The
I'm
one
like-
that is my same age is su carnal, el DJ Unique.
Oh, shouts out
Oh,
to
shout out to Unique too.
Yeah,
Unique is
shouts
dope
out to
too.
Unique.
Yeah,
Those guys, there's some dope dudes right there. They show a lot of love
He's an incredible tattoo artist, DJ.
for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So you performed out here in Santa Ana.
Yeah, just
A few
recently,
times.
twice. Once under the homie Alex. You can find him on Instagram. Cruising is not a crime. Performed right there at Centennial Park. It was packed. It was a packed day. I lost my voice that day by the second song, but I was able to redeem myself right here at Santaneros Car Club, second annual trunk or treat hosted at El Barco Cantina. Yeah, that was a really dope experience. A little bit more intimate than, the one at Centennial Park, but no doubt they showed love. So shout out to Santaneros Car Club, all the homies, Sammy, Ruben, Brian, Eric, Chente, Chili Willie, my homie Sergio, Chili Willie. Shout out to all the homies for Santaneros Car Club. Much love to you guys.
So you lost your voice on the second song, G?
Yeah, I did.
How did that happen?
I was not trying to be all buzzed when I went on to, perform. So I was drinking cold water all day.
Oh.
Just nothing but cold water from 7 in the morning up until 4 p.m. And so as soon as I went on, I heard my voice just it just cracked, and it was a wrap after that,
Did you do your show tracks with ad-libs only, or were they with the verses on there?
Luckily that day, I went with them with the verses on. But at the trunk or treat this past Sunday at El Barco, I went with just the instrumentals.
Shouts out to the Santaneros, man.
Shout out to Santaneros Car Club. Shout out to them for sure.
Man.
And El Barco también. El Barco Cantina for having us right there. But big shout out to Santaneros Car Club. The homies Ruben, Sammy, Tony, Big Tony, Little Tony.
Hell yeah.
Chente, Eric, Chili Willie, Brian. Everybody, all the homies from Santaneros Car Club. Miguelon, Bad Boy. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
That's dope, man. That's dope. I love when they give back. And I know my boy I think he goes under Mr. Larry, I believe. He has that the purple Cadillac right there. He's always doing the video shoots right there in front of GCS. Remember when I did the giveaway, the Christmas?
There was a Lolo there.
Yeah. He rolled up. They did a photo shoot right there. Shouts out to GCS, man. My brother.
Shout out to Hector.
Shouts out to Hector. Go Raiders! I have to say it out there because my brother's a Rams fan. You follow sports?
Not really, but if I had
good,
to pick
bro. You don't have to.
Yeah, back in
you don't have to put your emotional feelings to it.
The Rams lost today.
If women express their emotions,
okay.
we express our emotions in sports.
Yeah. If you had to, would you go for the Rams?
Nah, I'd probably hit up either Dallas Cowboys or probably the Raiders as well. But definitely first and foremost Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
Cool. Shouts out to
Did
Troy.
they win?
Troy
they win today, no?
Was it that era?
Yeah, definitely the Tony Romo era for sure. Not after after we got Dak.
My bad.
No,
Troy Aikman. Yeah.
Oh no. Nah, bro, no.
That was my era, bro.
That was Cookie's era. Michael Irvin busting lines on you thought it was white chalk. It was in white chalk.
He's keeping it G. Hey, he won rings.
He did win. He did win, but Dak, I know, man.
I wasn't. I mean, it was cool the first season he came in, but after that, it just kind of seemed very stagnant. But it was more Romo when I my time.
Tony Romo.
Yeah, I was younger.
Who's that guy? That's my quarterback.
Yeah,
what's his name? Terry Owens.
Terrell
Owens, right? He's the one that said that's my quarterback.
Hey man, when you got Vatos crying for you,
they were
Come on, bro.
They bought in.
Huh?
Don't laugh at him, homie. I know him.
I'm
Shouts out to T.O., man. He doesn't mean that. T.O., it's all good, dog. It's all good. He's a Philadelphia fan. He just got butthurt. But yeah, OCXMOTA, man. So the music, are you working the EP that you're dropping 11/13? What's the name of the EP again?
It's called My Name Is by OCXMOTA. Yeah.
My Name Is, and totally produced by
Hunger Force Beats, exclusively produced by Hunger Force Beats, and the first track Now You Know is co-produced by Ultra on the Beat out of San Diego. Shout out to my dog Ultra, and shout out to Hunger Force Beats.
Hunger Force Beats is located in
Riverside.
Yeah.
Ooh, he does a lot of the West Coast. I tell him that he's pioneering his own sound. He does a lot of the modern West Coast cats like Larry June, 2 Chainz, Joey Fats, G Perico, Ellie $sign out of Texas, and a lot of the underground cats are coming up on Hunger Force Beats as well. So, look out for him. You're definitely going to hear from him. And, he has his own podcast as well called 2 Peas on a Pod. He has a lot of good gems on there for anybody, like musicians, DJs, artists. So shout out to the homies over there at 2 Peas on a Pod as well.
Oh, yeah, we back with a Sunday School Show. Still authentic right here with my brother OCXMOTA in the house. Passing me one of these. The new mix, the Paloma by Jimador, tequila con toronja.
Yeah. Just straight out of Tijuana. I just went there this week, so
Did he?
had to come and lace everybody up right here with some new mix.
Man, that new mix, man. What's up, Cookser?
What up, though?
Man, we just got through with playing 1 in a Million.
That's a
Right?
fucking sick track.
Produced by DJ Idea. I don't know where that homie's out of, but he did the beat. DJ Idea did the beat.
Yeah.
1 in a Million. Yeah.
1 in a Million, Cookser. I like that. That's one of the ones that I posted up when I reposted that you were gonna be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, man. I like me and Rollo was mentioning your beat selection. How do you go about choosing your beats?
I just try to whatever sounds the most authentic. Still, whatever sounds the most authentic to me, and I don't wanna jump on something that I know is not gonna sound right. I try to be as original. You can't put lipstick on a pig. You know what I mean? Well, you can, but it's not gonna look good.
It's only gonna take you so far, man.
Exactly. So I try to just go about it as as organically as I can, just sitting down, and I let my emotions connect me to the beat. If I feel that beat, I'm gonna write something to it, and it's gonna be genuine. I'm not gonna have to force it out or anything like that.
Were you always like this, even at a younger age? Were you always like, hold on, man, I can't do something like that. That's not me. I mean, I appreciate that. I like that shit.
I would say
hip-hop music
for sure, because during in the era of music that I grew up in, I mean, we've seen a lot of transitions. It was like it was like we had like I think the last of the West Coast was what they say. It was like the Game, and like I say like when the West Side Connection broke up, and then what did it transition to? It transitioned to that whole like Cash Money Millionaire type of thing, and then it just from there it went into like this weird transition with like Tyga and like everybody, and then it seemed like the Chicanos disappeared in music for a bit too, because at least in my time, going to the swap meets and stuff, like you would see a lot of those CDs fly off of those stands and stuff like that, So it was just like a really weird transition in music, but and I saw artists try to gravitate towards things that didn't really align with them. I mean, we all probably are familiar, like all the crazy synths and all the crazy claps and all this, and it's just something that to me I could not do. It just wasn't, wasn't me.
It just wasn't you.
Yeah,
it just wasn't you. And no disrespect.
Yeah, no disrespect to anybody. Everybody does what they like, but for me personally, I just couldn't see myself, doing 110 BPM beats with like crazy claps and stuff like that.
Yeah. Some things you never know. Being that it's your song, you might not do it, but if somebody asks you, hey, can you jump on this, and if that's who they are, I'm pretty sure you could give your spin.
I've turned down a lot of those.
Yeah.
If it's not me, I won't.
You're like, oh shit, I can't.
I just respectfully, I tell them, hey, you know what? Maybe the next one.
Yeah. Something.
I want when I write, I want to deliver like to my fullest potential.
Okay.
I want people to feel it. I want you to grasp it, and I want you to really, really, engage with the music.
I see a lot of people, Peso Pluma.
Yeah.
I see a lot of people rapping and jumping into something of that nature that samples that, and it works. It works.
Some people make it sound good.
Yeah.
Some people really capitalize on it, and that's dope. As long as the creativity is organic and it's not forced, it'll always prosper.
Yeah, I remember hearing a Snoop Dogg on a song where he didn't rap. He just did the ad-libs, and he just did like an intro and outro, and he did like the bridge, and it worked. It worked, and I was like, this is not a Snoop Dogg track, but he added Snoop Dogg into that.
Just sprinkled this flavor on it.
Yeah, just sprinkle just a little bit of it on it. You reminded me of Dave Chappelle. Sprinkle some crack in them. You remember that one, Killing Them Softly?
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle, man. What do you think about? Do you know who Ralph Barbosa is, the comedian?
I've heard of his name, but I haven't had the pleasure of being able to, just really tap in with him.
He just dropped a Netflix. It's called Cowabunga. Did you watch it, Cookser?
I haven't yet. I am familiar with him.
Yeah, he's pretty funny. He's influenced by Dave Chappelle, so a lot of his stuff. But he's from Texas, but he's just like us.
He was unrecognized by George Lopez.
George Lopez, yeah.
I think that's how I heard of him, because they had that little thing going on.
It's just typical raza.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you know, a lot of people, my brother, you're in this game, man, and you're gonna see it a lot. A lot of people are gonna want you to earn your stripes before we even recognize you, and
Yeah.
it's gonna be hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, where
So
they're
that-
like, "Prove yourself."
Yeah, I think that's probably when George Lopez got misinterpreted. You know.
He got misinterpreted because if he knew how Ralph Barbosa was, he'd probably be like, "Oh, okay, well, maybe next time." Maybe
Yeah.
he would be a little bit more open about it. But I understand where George Lopez is coming from, and I also understand where Ralph is coming from. They're like, okay, whatever. And then, they all have their own opinions on things. But in the rap game, that's you're gonna run into that a lot. You're gonna run into like not everybody's gonna be so open as far as being like, yeah, coming through and rock a show, not da 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 da, and you just gotta roll with it.
Yeah, and there's no bad blood. I don't expect anything from anybody. I come from a hardworking family, a middle class family, and we had to work hard. My parents had to work hard, and I work hard. And the homie behind me, we work together. He works very hard, and we're not afraid to pick up a shovel. As the homie behind me says, the homie Bettini, he tells me, today we pick up a shovel, but tomorrow we might pick up a pen.
Yeah,
So
that's
doesn't
dope.
Yeah, it doesn't scare me.
Yeah,
hard
you
work
got
don't
to be
scare me.
open to it. You got to be, and then a lot of our stuff, which I love that I see about you, is very independent.
Yeah,
From your hats to I've heard the toy drives that you're being involved in. I've heard everything that you're doing as far as your music and developing yourself as an artist. That's very like that's dope, and it's like a lot of people should see it because everybody wants to see the outcome. Everybody wants to get to the finish line, and it's people like you that experience from the start to finish that they're like, hold on, this whole building to get to the finish line. This is what I love the most.
yeah. I can't say it's been easy, and this is not even a third of it or the half of it. I know there's like this is how we haven't even started the race yet.
Yeah.
This is from I went to Vegas with my homie Alan, Mr. Luna, and we went to Vegas and we passed out 1,000 units at the Las Vegas Super Show. And
Wow.
yeah, and if we did that by ourselves, we didn't have no promoters or anybody helping us. And if it wasn't for him, I probably wouldn't have got rid of all those 1,000 units. I was afraid I was gonna bring a lot of that stuff home, but luckily we got rid of every.
Was it CDs that
it was
you
CD?
were?
Yeah, it was CDs. Yeah, and that was a hell of an experience. And even with the hats, it's been it's been up and down. Just testing things, trying to see what works, what people like, what people don't like.
Stop playing.
Yeah, and so this independent stuff it's not easy, but it's rewarding if you're in it for the right reasons.
Yeah, it's not night and day.
No,
So
definitely not.
1,000 units at the Las Vegas Super Show. Man, we had a lot of acts out there. Shouts out to everybody. Lady Old School was there, one of my close friends, and that's crazy, man. You passed out 1,000, man.
It was at the 2022.
Okay,
Not this
so
past
it was
one.
the last year.
It was the last year prior to that. Yeah, 1,000. And I was super transparent about it. I went on Instagram, filmed every bit of it. Through like, we got like 500 left, we got 300 left, like, and like I said, if it wasn't for the homie Mr. Luna, shout out my dog Mr. Luna, I probably would have brought that home because I was discouraged at one point. I was like, man, people are there to enjoy
easily.
Yeah. People were there to enjoy a show. They don't want to get the CD pushed in their face when they're with their families trying to take pictures. But, luckily, him and I gave each other the spirit and just like, hey, let's just get rid of this and let's get out of here,
I love it that you come with the story, though. You got to be able to, it's something that we could relate to.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, every artist I'm sure out there right now, there's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of, we have a lot of tools that we're able to use. And, I honestly think if it's just about consistency, there's no real timeline. There's no real metrics that you could use to measure, okay, like I did this. You can't compare yourself to, you just got to run your race. And, where I'm from South Orange County, El Toro, like we don't have any A&Rs or we don't have any major artists that ever come out of there, and, it's not like, you know, I'm from like LA, and you know, I know a guy who
a lot
knows
of
a guy.
people. Yeah, a lot
Yeah,
of people.
I don't know anybody. Like all I knew was computer and grind. That's it. You know, like all I knew was like, okay, get a beat on YouTube, plug it into the you know, the program and press record. And even then it seems easy, but it's not. So, you know, we're here, we're still going. And I tell people all the time, I'm gonna do this for as long as I can. Doesn't matter if I'm 80 years old and I can still do this, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I don't have any expectations. I'm in it for what it is, and just to tell my story, and just to you know, say that we did it.
So the EP, man, how many visuals? I know visuals is a big thing, and shorts is even bigger.
Yeah, no.
The shorts are even bigger. How do you cram all that in 30 seconds before they switch to the next one? What do you have planned for the EP?
You know, visuals, we've shot a couple already. My homie Nelson Moran out of Los Angeles, Shot Zero. He does a lot of videos for like big brands. He does a lot of work for like Fenty and like Sephora, and he does artists such as like Devour, King Little G. He does some reggaeton artists like I can't think of the names right now, but like a lot of the bigger ones right now that are popping right now. And I was lucky to get in touch with him through his cousin. But we've shot a couple. We've shot a couple already, and you know, going forward, I have ideas. I want to be more creative. I shoot mostly everything where I live, like in my area, where you know, the places we visit, the places we go, and I try to keep it as organic as possible. You know, I really want you to feel every aspect of the record.
Yeah,
you know, visually and you know through the audio as well.
That's what I'm saying. People love watching Netflix and all these visuals and movies, and listen to my brother's music's OCXMOTA. Close your eyes unless you're driving. You know what I mean? And experience what this guy is talking about. It's a lot of the stuff is that me and you go through. Just in life in general as a culture.
Yeah, and I try to be as authentic as, I mean, I always double check myself, like, hey, like if you're not being truthful about this, then you shouldn't say that on a record, like, you know. And I know a lot of the listeners can attest to that, because a lot of the people close to me would be the first one to tell me, like, hey man, what are you talking about? You never, you know. Yeah. So
I know, and sometimes they do like that shock value stuff, but realistically, it's you're speaking from that. You're a break from that. You know, some people like watching sci-fi movies. Some people like nonfiction movies, and that's what you're bringing to them.
Yeah,
a life experience that hopefully they don't have to experience.
Yeah, and even if so, it's not so much a bad thing. It's just a learning experience.
Yeah.
You know, you pick yourself up before you dig yourself too deep, and you just, you know, find your lane and you just run with it. You run your course.
Yeah, man. I want you to plug people in. It's OCXMOTA everywhere, right?
Yeah, at OCXMOTA on YouTube, Instagram, all social media platforms, on, you know, all streaming platforms at OCXMOTA. You can find me.
Yeah, man. And 11, 13?
11/13, November 13th. My name is the EP by OCXMOTA, produced by Hunger Force Beats.
Hunger Force. I'm going to have to follow him on Instagram right now.
Yeah, Hunger Force Beats. Find him at hungerforcebeats.com or at Hunger Force Beats on Instagram. That's my dog. It's my good homie. Shout out you, Hunger Force. I'm going to see you soon. And, you know, also my brand at City of Bulls on Instagram. You know, it's where you guys can find the hats. I know a lot of people ask me about the hats. And, you know, our bestseller, the ET hat, which was designed by my homie Luis Letras out of Santana, California. Shout out to my homie Luis.
Hey, S.A.
Yeah, S.A. Santana.
I know who he is.
Oh, yeah?
He's a cousin of a friend of mine that I grew up with.
He has a brother
Aguilar.
named, his brother. Yeah. And their brother Chavo.
Yeah, they're very artistic in that family.
Yeah. I met them through my homie Ruben. You know, I met them through my homie Ruben. So shout out my dog
Small
Ruben.
world.
Yeah. Aguilar, his brother. Yeah.
My boy, Cookser, he made not this one, but he did the SA logo for me. Yeah.
The one on your hand?
This one's by
Merc.
Oh, okay.
Merc, yeah. He worked
That one's dope.
That
was
for
really
Obey.
nice.
You know, remember the Obey stickers? It's like a skater.
Yeah.
He was a designer for them.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he still does independent work. But we got very talented people around me, especially Cookster.
Yeah, the homie gets down on the ones and twos.
Yeah. That's a funny story though. My bro, our DJ ended up moving to the IE, And Cookser was all like, I think I could pick it up.
Oh,
My boy. Could you take us out with one more OCXMOTA track?
Bro. We got a couple tracks. We got No Explanation, When We Mob. What do you prefer?
Which one you want to take us out with?
you know what? Can I get a special request? It's a Ass So Fat with my dog Smooth Peace. It's a nice smooth.
I see that. I see it.
Yeah, that's
Ass
with my
So
dog,
Fat.
Ass So Fat. Shout out to my dog, Smooth Peace. And, shout out to Sunday School Show. Thank you guys for having me. Hits 101 Radio.
Let's go.